Hey everyone, it's Chris from Streamline here. I wanted to make a quick video to walk you through step by step the entire process of getting your system catalog created. And so where we're going to start today is at getstreamline.com/SB272. Chances are, if you're reading or listening to this, you're on a page that also has this link. You can always type this in if you want to begin the system catalog process. And that'll take you to this page here where if you scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to sign up for a free but separate system catalog account. So if you're a Streamline web user, you will have to sign up for a separate account because we gave this away pretty much to everyone, whether they use Streamline or not. But the process is pretty simple. So the first step is just to sign up and just put in your agency name. So we're going to put in ACE. Let's do something different than that one. We've already created that one. So this time we're going to put Fire Protection District. And you'll see that as you type in your agency name, whatever your district name is there, will suggest a catalog URL. This is very important. This is the output of the entire process that we're doing. The system catalog will live at this address separate from your Streamline website. And then we'll link your Streamline website to this at the very end. But for now, let's go ahead and complete the rest of this required information. I'm going to put in my name. We don't have to put in a phone number, so I'm not going to right now. Chris at get, actually we'll do Chris at digital deployment.com. I'll choose my password. We'll go there, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit sign up. So that's all you'll have to do. We can go ahead and ignore that whole part right there. And then you're going to see a screen that looks a little bit like this one. If you only have one agency, which 99.9% of you will, you can just click directly into this, and then you'll be on this screen here. So really, this is how you're going to add each system into your catalog. Step one is to add it in there, and then step two will be to actually publish that catalog revision. But first, before we do that, I want to make sure you edit your agency profile and get all the correct information in there. So just the very first time you get to this screen, click the Edit Agency Profile button. Make sure all this information is accurate and complete. 123 Main Street, Bakersfield, represent Bakersfield all the time. And then we'll go ahead and put in our phone number right here because we, well, make sure the public has that. So we'll hit save. Now that's complete. We're good to go. Okay, so let's now go back to our agency dashboard. There's a link right there at the very bottom left to do that. And now we want to begin the work of actually creating the districts. We have our contact information, our district name. Let's actually go in and create that system catalog. And so the add system button right here is the first click we need to make. We're going to give our system a nickname. This one's just going to be called QuickBooks. Examples of systems you would probably want to include on this are going to be something like QuickBooks, any accounting software, database software, Office. Those are very similar or kind of common things that you'd want to include, stuff that you've actually purchased. This is this a software application? So now we're kind of starting the wizard process. We have some questions we need to answer, pretty straightforward. This system would be something that definitely collects, stores, exchanges, and analyzes information. QuickBooks is an accounting platform, so it's definitely true there. So we'll hit continue. Is this a multi-departmental system? This is all from the law, kind of these different questions and why we ask them. In this case, the answer would be yes. Some of you don't have separate departments. You would still answer yes here because, well, that would still be considered multi-department. We'll go ahead and hit continue now. Does the system contain information collected about the public? In our case, we would say yes, simply because maybe we're charging someone for something, and this would allow us to collect that information and store it. Is this a system of record? Definitely yes, right? Our accounting system is the system of record for that type of information. For the most part, you'll probably say yes. And then this will ask you if there's any exclusions. You can read through these and see that this is really related to more security and kind of infrastructure stuff that the disclosure of maybe would compromise the safety of the district. For some of you, you may have systems like that, in which case just go ahead and still include them in the catalog, but mark them as exceptions like so. In our case though, QuickBooks does not meet any of those exceptions. We're just going to go ahead and hit continue. Now that again, restricting the disclosure of this doesn't outweigh the public interest, I don't think. So we're going to go ahead and say no. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and actually supply the system vendor, which is Intuit, I believe. And we'll say QuickBooks, maybe you would say 2019 or something like that. So you have the specific vendor and the specific product. So if it was, Office, you'd say Microsoft and then say Office Suite or something like that. But this is our example here. So the system purpose, you can go ahead and say, collect and manage billing information. Department that is the primary custodian of the system. If you don't really have a lot of different departments, administration is usually a good one, or you can just say not applicable whatsoever. Types of data, billing info, payment info, that kind of thing. Collection frequency are the other types of things they want to know about for each system. These are the choices you have available. We're just going to say as needed for both of them. But if it's on demand or if you have a regular schedule, go ahead and indicate that. Finally, we're pretty much done. So this is one of the entries in our catalog. We can add notes to this if we want to, or we could delete it. So you can actually delete the item entirely, or we can go back to our agency dashboard and see that we already have the system there. And you're going to repeat this process for each system. So if you use QuickBooks and some kind of database software and some kind of mapping software, and go ahead and add those in there. I recommend over reporting rather than under reporting. But the idea is just do your best and kind of try to get what you can in there. Some of you may not have any systems whatsoever, but you'll still want to create this catalog and go through this process. That said, when you're done adding the systems, we'll go ahead and say that we're done now. The next step and almost the final step is to actually create your initial revision. And you actually have to revise this once per year. So that's why we kind of call it a revision. But you're going to hit this green button once you're done adding the systems, and you're going to basically confirm the catalog looks good. If it does, we can go ahead and hit the publish this catalog button. And the URL that we created, right, aspireprotectiondistrict.systemcatalog.net is now live. Someone can actually click on this, and I will right now in a new tab and show you what that looks like. So now you can see here's our catalog. It's live on the internet at this URL. Okay, so that's really the first major part of just simply creating the catalog. In the next video, I'll show you how to actually add that in to your Streamline website. But this is what you need to do. This is the hard part. If you've got this done, you're basically home free. So stay tuned for the next video and we'll get you through the rest of it.